Hi, welcome back to the second video in my, 2025 was not a good year for me. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk about my mental health and how that affected me in 2025 because it's a little long and because I won't remember what I want to say to all of you. I'm going to take the liberty in reading it, and I hope you'll forgive me, but I just think I've probably got a better chance of getting through what I want to say if you allow me to read it. Okay. Sometime very late in 2024 and into 2025, I started to struggle with my own mental health. I'm not sure exactly when it started, so I can't precisely put a date on it, but I started to struggle. I found more and more I was being dragged down mentally, and I just couldn't fight my way out of it. I was subscribed at the time to a few Facebook pages. One was for caregivers for those with C.A.A, and one was for patients with C.A.A. These pages are great, don't get me wrong. They're worth their salt. And I think they're very important to have and to help in so many ways. They are run by incredible caring people, and most have C.A.A, so they really know what it's all about. I also became friends with an amazing lady who I admire very much, and she lives in Canada. Unfortunately, I became mentally very involved in the stories of everybody on those pages. I didn't contribute very much, but I took on board everything that everyone said and their plights. More and more, I felt their anxiety. I felt their heartache, their feelings of love and helplessness, and their fear. I couldn't disconnect myself from them, and I couldn't stop taking everything on board that they said. I found myself feeling their fear, their helplessness, and I couldn't shake off their stories and the inevitable truth that some or all of that was going to be me one day. I became self-absorbed I became very absorbed, and that worried me. I became a goldfish and found I couldn't recall some things that had been said just a few moments earlier. I became obsessed with making sure every little detail of those I left behind might need to know. And so I went and set a task of writing everything in my little red folder. So when the time came, they would only have to go back to that folder to find out everything that they might need to know. I started saving for my own funeral so that my husband wouldn't struggle with paying for mine. I bought external hard drives for my 3 kids and started loading them up with every photo I'd ever taken of them from birth to now, making sure I had nice photos taken so that they would have nice photos of me to remember me by. My little red folder has every password I possess, so they're available easily when I'm gone and they need to get into whatever it is they need to get into. I made lists of this and lists of that, and I felt that I was getting manic. I struggled with the fact that 3 major family members and a few close friends were fighting their own life and death battles, and as such I never felt that I could burden anyone else in my extended family or circle of friends about my own health problems. I even started to feel like a fraud, that maybe, just maybe my doctors had got it all wrong, and maybe I don't really have C.A.A, and I was making a mountain out of a molehill. Maybe I was the kid who cried wolf, all for nothing. I could see no way out to help myself other than pull out and unsubscribe to the Facebook pages. I even eventually disconnected from someone I really considered a friend, and I did it in such a bad way, and I still today am very sorry for that, but at the time it was the only thing I felt I could do to try to save myself. I felt I had to isolate myself from all the doom and gloom around me, and for a while I stopped connecting to my immediate family and friends, as I couldn't help them when all the while I just wanted to just make them well again. Let me just change my hand because it's hurting. I needed time to learn to breathe again and to let go of all that was making me feel this way. It was selfish of me, but I was trying so hard not to lose the little bit of me that I felt I had left. Here I am in January 2026, still fighting my own demons, but making a determined effort to turn the table this year. I do regret the things I did, the people I did abandon, because I felt it was very selfish of me. But I really couldn't find another way to dig myself out of the hole that I had put myself in. I felt I had no other choice, and I'm sorry for those that I hurt or disappointed. I'm still struggling with mental health. I do feel stronger now. And there are other battles I've had through this year that I can't talk about. And so really and truly, I guess part of this video is, I guess, to say sorry to those that I did abandon and that I did hurt in any way. I am not going to now reconnect onto Facebook pages as such, because any sort of any way that I've come back from this, I think I could easily be lost again, and I can't do that. I thank you for letting me read that to you, but there was a lot I wanted to say, but there was, I knew that I wouldn't remember all of that. I have a bit of what I call a goldfish memory now, so do some things that a lot of things that I talk about to people or discuss with people, or even if someone says, oh, tomorrow we'll go and do something, and I won't remember that. I do remember it when I don't always remember it, because I was going to say I remember it once they mention it, but that's not true either, and sometimes I just don't recall. So thank you. This is going to be the end of this little video. So this was just video 2 of how I felt that 2025 was not a good year for me. Thank you for watching. I'm going to make another video now, and because I'm doing it on my phone and not on my laptop, I'm hoping that I don't have to edit it too much, because I usually download it that way. Is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, I hope that you guys, if you feel that you're struggling a bit with mental health, and to me it's totally expected, I don't know that we can go through this, and I don't have a lot of people that I talk to, because as I said, I'm surrounded by family members that they're fighting their own demons, and when we get together, I prefer that they unleash, or not unleash, but unburden themselves and talk about what they want to me or us, because I'm usually there with my husband. So this is the end of this one. They're just quickies, but I think they're just easier to get through. Yep, I think that's all. So look for the next video. I think there might only be one more video to come. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one.